This morning, making the grade, we're getting a look at how Rhode Islanders really feel about the state's response to coronavirus.
Is the state reopening too quickly, and how do people think the governor did throughout this whole pandemic?
And Eyewitness News reporter Brandon Truitt's in the control room with a look at some of those morning results for us. Brandon?
Hey guys, good morning. Well, this survey was done by Bryant University's Hassenfeld Institute. The poll itself conducted by our own political analyst, Joe Fleming. It asked 400 registered voters in Rhode Island varying questions. Overall, though, a majority of those polled thought that Rhode Island Governor Gina Raimondo is taking the right approach in her response to the virus. 66% approve. About a quarter think she's moving too slow, and 8% say that she is reopening things too quickly. But the poll goes even further. About 2/3 say they are comfortable with retail shopping or getting a haircut. Just 48% feel comfortable going to church. 46% say they're ready to send K-12 kids back to school in the fall. And more than half say they are uncomfortable eating at a restaurant. Now, Gary Sass is the director of the Hassenfeld Institute, and based on the polling, he offers this advice to the governor.
Stay the course, because you have the public behind you on managing the biggest crisis this country's had in 100 years. And this goes back to polling we did several months ago on what the public attitudes were towards her. And 66% is a high number. Only 25% think she's going too slow.
The poll asks more about what Rhode Islanders thinks are the biggest issues facing the state. So what is top of mind for the people that were polled here, and how confident are they that leaders in the state are going to be able to fix the issues? All of that is ahead at 7:30. Brandon Truitt, Eyewitness News.
Grading Rhode Island's response to the pandemic. A new poll by Bryant University's Hassenfeld Institute gives us a look at how voters are feeling.
And Brandon Truitt is joining us in our control room with the story and the numbers that are all new this morning.
Hey, Patrick, Danielle, good morning. The survey sampled 400 Rhode Islanders, asking them to grade the governor's response as well as give their confidence level in the reopening process. Here are some of the results. Overall, it found that about 66% of those people feel that Governor Gina Raimondo is reopening the state at the right pace. That's slightly lower than a previous poll done by the same institute in April. Now, the poll found about 2/3 of people are confident going shopping, and just under half feel comfortable going out to eat. The poll goes further, though. When asked about a dozen problems facing the state, 82% of people mentioned health care as a leading issue. That same number mentioning the state's deficit. This survey also found about 2/3 of people lack confidence in the state's political leaders to solve these problems. Gary Sass is with the Hassenfeld Institute. Excuse me. He says he was surprised by these numbers.
Particularly, it's counterintuitive to the huge support the governor has been receiving as she manages the pandemic, which is recognized nationally as probably one of the best efforts in the country.
Sass says there's another way to look at these numbers. If half of the people feel confident in going out to eat, that means half don't. And 50% customer base is just not going to cut it for some of these restaurants. We have put the full interview with Mr. Sass up online, as well as a look at the full report. You can find that at WPRI.com. Brandon Truitt, Eyewitness News.